So here we are at Readers Take Denver with narrator Victoria Connolly. How are you? How's it going so far?
I'm so good. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
as is to be expected, but I'm having a great time.
Good, good.
So if we're thinking in terms of audiobook crushes, I loved Stina Nielsen's narration in From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout, and the way she voiced Castile is just one of my all-time favorite characters. So her voice plus that character I crush on, I think about way too often. Where? Well, sometimes I'll do a little audiobook warm-up on Instagram and, do my man voice for the ladies.
So people could actually see you
sometimes
doing this sometimes. Nice.
Depending on the character, depending on the accent, I will practice ahead of time. But I kind of have some go-to ideas just when I get the character notes. I play with it just a little bit before I record, and then off I go. So I can give you an example. Recently, I was voicing a Louisiana accent in a Omegaverse book, and I was practicing that accent based on a Lady and the Tramp character, Trusty the Bloodhound. Anyway, it's very niche, but we're all about niches, and so I practiced that around the house. Anyway, that was fun.
I kind of want to hear that.
And why, Miss Lady, what a brand new collar, or something like that. I don't know if you remember that, but
I do remember. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
So there's a lot of accents in that movie, actually.
I never thought about it. Because there were I knew there were a lot of awesome dog characters.
I know. And honestly, I have only been a narrator for a couple of years, and you have to do everything your way. And if it works to get a Disney character to just get you started on the accent, it's not going to be verbatim. I'm not going to sound exactly like a dog from Lady and the Tramp. That would be amazing if I could. But just something to get you there.
It's the hook that gets you in, yeah.
Exactly, and that line might just land you in the accent and the character. So that's what I do.
That is awesome. I'm not going to be able to divorce that Bloodhound from...
No, my notes are very colorful that way. It's like, remember this weird character over here. Yeah. As a kid, I did a lot of community theater, and I was always very musical. And then I had children and got married and started working full-time retail as a full-time retail store manager for years. And so I've always been comfortable with sales and putting myself in front of people. That hasn't been anything new to me, but I started listening to audiobooks in 2020. I started listening to the genres that I would be interested in narrating. I'll put it like that. I had listened to audiobooks before, of course, and honestly, Stina Nielsen from Blood and Ash was a big motivator for me because I was so struck by her performance that it was beyond just reading. It was much more immersive, and it was much more gripping, and her character creations were phenomenal, and I started to appreciate narration for what it was as an acting craft. And having been musical and just having an ear, I just thought, okay, what if I could try this and make people feel the way I've felt while listening to audiobooks? And I think I've done it sometimes, and I keep trying to do it. So that's what got me started. Too much energy, for sure.
You seem like you have a lot of energy.
I could get even more done. More audiobooks, maybe. I was almost going to say single father, but then I started to think about historical romance and how I love a historical romance story that's a single mother. And now the name is, I'm blanking on the name, but it's a Lisa Kleypas book, Devil's Daughter. I love that book. Anyway, single mother.